And that takes us to the main event of the evening in the welterweight division for the welterweight champion. It is that division's kingpin, and hometown favorite Leon Edwards going up against Belal, remember the name, Muhammad. Edwards is 32 years old, out of Kingston, Jamaica, now residing in Birmingham, England, training at Team Renegade BJJ. He is 22-3 in his mixed martial arts career with 1 no contest. He's won 10 fights by stoppage, 7 of those by knockout, another 3 by submission. Math. His losses, he's never been stopped. He has been to decision twice and lost, and 1 DQ loss. His last victory was unanimous decision victory over Colby Covington at UFC 296. It was his 12th win in a row with 1 no contest in there, which just always throw things off so much. But whatever. He hasn't lost since losing to Kamaru Usman in 2015. He only has a pair of KO wins since 2015, and both of those were finished in the last minute. One was finished at the last second, and then the Usman one was with 56 seconds to go in that legendary bout. He is a BJJ purple belt and the former, wrong one. He has been a pro since 2011. Forget the purple belt part. That belongs to Belal Muhammad, who is 36 years old, born in Chicago, Illinois, training at Rufus Sport and Chicago Fight Team. 23-3 with 1 no contest in his MMA career. 5 wins by knockout, another 1 by submission, the rest by decision. He was knocked out once in his career and has suffered 2 decision losses in his time in the octagon. His last fight, a decision win, all the way back at UFC 288 against Gilbert Burns. He is 9-0 with 1 no contest since his last loss in January of 2019. 7 of those 9 have gone to a decision. His only stoppage loss came in 2016. He lost 2 of his first 3 in the UFC and is 14-1 with 1 no contest since then. That 1 no contest was an eye poke against Leon Edwards. And so it's interesting how similar the main and co-main are in terms of the storyline, where you have hometown favorites who are coming home, who maybe don't fully get the respect they deserve in their divisions. More Aspinall than Edwards. I think we all agree that Edwards is currently the best welterweight in the world. I think it's just more, he's traditionally been overlooked. Not like where Aspinall, I think, is just overall overlooked right now. But both these guys getting the hometown treatment against fighters who have been close to title shots for a number of years, kind of have a reputation of not being the most aesthetically pleasing fighters out there on the planet, and are now getting these opportunities after in rematches of fights where injuries ended both other fights. Like it's really interesting, the parallels between the two. Anyway, Muhammad, 14-1 with 1 no contest since losing 2 of 3 to start his UFC tenure. BJJ purple belt, we covered that. And I was about to say, former Titan FC welterweight champion. This is a really, really interesting fight. I am happy Belal Muhammad is getting this opportunity because, like I said, I feel like he has deserved it for a long time. And that had to be excruciating for him after a no contest where he gets poked in the eye and the fight ends. Now, I will say, that fight lasted at 5 minutes and 18 seconds, I believe it was. Leon Edwards controlled 5 minutes and 17 seconds of it, and then just happened to right in the eye, and that was that. Like, Edwards was in control of that bout. But since then, Edwards has gotten Diaz, Usman, Covington. Well, Muhammad has got a bunch of dudes you never heard of. And Gilbert Burns. That's oversimplifying things greatly, but you get my point. The roads traveled to this point have been significantly different for both of these fighters. And now they meet here in England. I have real worries about, not worries, that's overstating things. I don't know where Muhammad gets his win, because he is nowhere near the striker that Leon Edwards is right now. Edwards, we want to talk about the part of Edwards that is underrated. He might be like top 2 or 3 strikers in the world in mixed martial arts right now, with how accurate he is, the variety of strikes that he can comfortably hit you with, and the speed at which they come with. The accuracy, the speed, and the variety make him so dangerous. And then you watch the Colby Covington fight, and Colby wasn't able to take him down. And I just feel like if Colby wasn't able to take Leon Edwards down, I don't know if Belal is going to be able to. Different styles and whatnot, but I just feel like Leon Edwards has the takedown defense to nullify what Belal can bring, and he has the striking on the feet that I think is just going to match Belal Muhammad. Belal has made some amazing strides, and that is really where his opportunity comes, is that we haven't seen the best Belal Muhammad yet, which is crazy that he's still improving this much at 36 years old. And he didn't face the most resistance from Gilbert Burns, who obviously was dealing with a shoulder injury at UFC 288. But still, the fact that he did that to a living, moving human being was not something we thought Belal could do in the stand-up game. We know that he is a very talented wrestler, and the cardio, gas tank for days, all of those things, right? But the stand-up has improved significantly. It's just not on the level of Leon Edwards, which is fine. 99.9% of the human population doesn't have the striking of Leon Edwards. 95% of the UFC population doesn't have the striking of Leon Edwards. I just feel like Edwards has the tools in the toolbox to stop Belal from getting in on the takedowns, and he has the tools in the toolbox to exploit what is not necessarily a weakness, but isn't the strength of Belal Muhammad. So I do think Leon Edwards is going to come away with a victory in this bout this weekend.